And we're doing yet another Hermes unboxing in today's video. Hi guys, my name is G.P.S. and welcome back to my channel. I did a video not too long ago full of recommendations on where to start your Hermes collection if you're brand new to the house and you would like to get a taste of what Hermes has to offer without necessarily breaking the bank. But what happens if you already have all your essentials down and you would like to take your collection to the next level? So in today's video, I compiled a couple of quintessentially Hermes pieces that you can throw on with any outfit, and you can be assured that they'll make you look like a serious Hermes lover. And I'll also be unboxing one of the pieces that we're talking about in today's video, which is brand new to my personal collection. So if you would like to find out how you can boost your Hermes collection, as well as your profile, if you're hoping to score it back from the boutique one day, then please keep on watching. In case you haven't checked out my previous video, which I did on my Hermes essentials, then I would recommend that you go ahead and watch that first, because in today's video, we'll be mainly looking at larger ticket pieces, things that are, as I mentioned, iconic to the house, but are a little bit more of an investment piece because they are a little bit more expensive. In the previous video, we looked at building a starter collection just under $1,000, whereas in this video, most pieces are around $1,000 and above. So these pieces, you'll probably have to save up for a little bit more, or you might want to make sure that you like the brand and what they stand for before you go ahead and invest in these pieces. However, I wanted to make sure that I don't go overboard. These are things that you can still use, enjoy, and take advantage of almost on a daily basis. So I thought that I would start with the biggest ticket item, the one that I think is probably the biggest investment out of everything that we'll be talking about today. And if you have been watching my channel for a while, you might be familiar with my ethos, which is that you really only need 2 wallets in your collection. I feel like SLGs are a really easy way to kind of go overboard and spend way too much money on these little pieces instead of keeping the goal in mind, which is obviously owning a bag. So I do think that a lot of people buy into SLGs because it's instant gratification. They tend to be a little bit less expensive and more easily reachable than, let's say, a bag, especially when it comes to Hermes. But I do think that you only really need 2 pieces of SLGs in your collection, unless they are your thing and you absolutely love them, in which case you should go ahead, enjoy them and love them and buy as many as you wish. But if SLGs are not your thing, you just really are looking for functional, good quality pieces that do make a fashion statement while still being usable, then I think the 2 pieces that you would really need in your collection, number 1 is a smaller card holder or a smaller wallet, which we talked about in my starter pack video. And then I think another piece that is great to own is a larger, more comprehensive wallet. All of the wallets that we'll be talking about today are multifunctional, meaning that you can use them as a wallet, obviously, but you can also wear them as a clutch bag, as a crossbody bag, even as a little pouch. And I have done that in the past with some of these. So I think it's really important that when you invest in a larger ticket piece and you are just at the beginning of your Hermes journey or your luxury journey in general, you buy things that you can use for many different things and you're not stuck with
20 different wallets that all do the same thing.
But the ones that we'll be talking about today, really you can use for any occasion because they're that chic. So let's talk about 3 larger wallets from Hermes that I think would be an incredible investment and a great way to start a more comprehensive collection. The first wallet that comes to mind when I think about larger, more comprehensive wallets from Hermes is the Burn wallet. It's one of the iconic pieces that Hermes has been making for a long time, and it's available in a bunch of different sizes. But in today's video, I'm mainly talking about the original Burn wallet, which is the long version. It also comes in a more compact version, which I own. And it also comes in 2 mini versions. It comes in a card holder as well as a mini wallet. And the main difference is the fact that the mini wallet has a little pocket on the inside that you can use for change, whereas the mini card holder obviously just comes with card slots. But they're essentially identical from the outside. But anyway, in today's video, we're talking about the long original Burn wallet, which personally is not my cup of tea. It's a little bit old school for my liking, but I know a lot of people out there who absolutely swear by it and collect them in many different colors. Obviously, you can do that. I think if you like the look, one is more than enough. but it's a piece that's available in a variety of colors, leathers, and even metal finishes. I would always recommend that you opt for Epsom if it's available in an SLG, because it's the perfect leather for an item that you're going to use, open, go in and out of constantly. You're going to put it in your pocket, you're going to put it from one bag into another, you're going to be touching it with hand cream on, hand sanitizer on, and so on. So I think Epsom is one of the best leathers because it doesn't really show signs of aging and tear and wear. I think it's the perfect leather for a small leather good. And the burnt wallet is available in Epsom, and it starts at about $2,600, which is a great price compared to some of the other pieces that we'll be talking about today. And it goes up to around, I want to say, $8,000 in exotic skins. It also comes, or at least it used to be available with diamonds as well, which obviously was a little bit more expensive. But the original version in the burnt wallet that you can pick up in an exotic skin is about $8,000. And I actually know a lot of people who love the burnt wallet in exotic skins because you get quite a bit of leather. But the price isn't as steep as it would be if you picked up an exotic Cali wallet or a Constance wallet, which we'll move on to. So I think the burnt wallet is a great place to start. I would personally start with Epsom if you like the style. As I mentioned, it's not my favorite, but I wanted to mention it in case you like a more simplistic, and it reminds me of a checkbook for some reason, even though it's not a checkbook. But if you like that very traditional kind of wallet, then I think the burnt wallet is a good place to start. The next wallet is my personal favorite. I actually have several videos on this, and I did a video quite recently where I compared this to its newer version. And the piece that I'm talking about is the Cali wallet. Obviously, if you're an Hermes lover, or even if you're not, but you've been watching my channel for a while, this requires no introduction. I absolutely love this. I own many of these, and I find this to be one of the best Hermes investments because it's one of those pieces that you can use as a wallet, but I often use this as a clutch bag. I even showed how you can put a shoulder strap onto this to make it look more like a crossbody bag. And I was actually walking around today and I saw someone carrying this as a clutch bag, and it looked so incredibly chic that it just kind of confirmed my love and my appreciation for this design. These are a little bit more expensive than the burnt wallet, but that's for a good reason. They are just a little bit more complex and sophisticated than the burnt wallet itself. It features the Cali lock, so if you are after, or if you love the Hermes Cali look, or even the Birkin, I think this is an amazing place to start to get an understanding of how you can use this. The one that I have here is in the so-called verso version, which means that the lining and the outside of the wallet are two different colors, which doesn't actually cost you any more than it would cost in just one single color. So I personally really like this piece, and if you're looking for a multifaceted piece from Hermes that you can really take advantage of, then I think this is a really good place to start. And if you want to learn more about it, I'll make sure to link my previous videos on this in the info box as well as up here in the corner. And last but not least, let's talk about the biggest wallet out there from Hermes, which is the Constance wallet. It's an incredible piece that features the iconic Constance hardware. The mechanism is very similar to the Constance bag, so if you prefer the Constance over the Cali and the Birkin, then you might want to opt for this version. This is the most expensive wallet that Hermes makes in regular leather, and that's for a good reason. I mean, the hardware is quite sophisticated on this and quite intricate. So if you like a larger wallet, then I think this is the one that you should opt for, because this pretty much fits everything but the kitchen sink, which is not something that I need on a daily basis. But if you're someone, I'm sure that there are a lot of people out there who carry a bunch of cards and loyalty cards and receipts and so on, then I think this is the perfect wallet for you. And this, without a doubt, would work as a clutch bag or as a pouch bag. So if you want something that you can wear as a wallet, but you can also just throw under one arm and take it out as a bag by itself, then I think the Cali wallet as well as the Constance wallet would work incredibly well. But be aware that the Constance wallet is quite a bit bigger than the Cali wallet. So if you're someone who likes smaller bags, then you might struggle to put the Constance wallet into some of your bags. So definitely look at both of this and the Constance wallet, and you can compare them in size and style. It just really comes down to how much space you need and which hardware you prefer. I think that both of these are quite an iconic look, and you cannot go wrong with either one. But I happen to prefer the Cali wallet version, although I don't really have anything against the Constance wallet either. The next add-on piece that I think would be a great addition to anyone's collection is something that can really go either way. It can either make your outfit look really cheap, or it can completely transform an outfit and make it look so much more chic and well put together. And the pieces that we'll be talking about are belts. Now, I have an entire video on belts with recommendations. I did this series on my channel a while back where I picked different categories from Hermes and I showed you guys my top 5 favorites. So I do have a video on my favorite belts, which I'll make sure to link up here. It's a little bit of an older video, but if you guys would want me to do an updated version on any category from Hermes, then please make sure to leave your request in the comment section down below, because I stopped doing that series. I honestly don't know why. There wasn't really a reason behind it. But if you guys would want me to bring it back and do maybe an updated top 5 anything from Hermes, then please make sure to let me know in the comment section down below. But anyway, if you want to learn about my favorite belt, you can check out that video. But I thought I would still bring these up because I think belts are an incredible way to make an outfit look so much more chic. But you do want to be careful that you don't go overboard, because I think belts are one of those pieces that they have so many fakes floating around out there, which I think kind of cheapen the overall look and perception of an Hermes belt. So I think the most important thing that you want to look out for is the fact that you choose the right width for you. Because Hermes belts, some of you might not know this, but Hermes belts come in a bunch of different widths. They run from 30 millimeters all the way to 38. My rule of thumb would be is that if you're a little bit more petite and you're going to wear this either in your jeans or around your waist, then I would go between a size 13 in terms of millimeters and maybe go up to a 24. And if you're someone who's just going to strictly wear this with pants and jeans, then I would probably go between a size 24 and 32. I think 38 is an overkill. I think that's when you start going into the cheap territory. Obviously, I'm not saying that there aren't great ways of styling it, but that's just really my rule of thumb. I personally prefer the 24 millimeter one. This is the perfect size for me that I can wear on a daily basis. These belts actually come as part of a kit, or at least most of them do, which means that you choose a buckle, and you can choose any buckle from their portfolio, and you have to choose a strap from Hermes that goes with your buckle. So you cannot buy a buckle by itself. You always have to buy a strap that goes with it. And all of their straps are two-toned, meaning that there are different colors on each side and you can easily turn it around. And you can wear the buckle on whichever side you want. So you essentially get 2 in 1. But you can actually buy these straps by themselves. So if you have a buckle that you love, then you can easily pick up more straps from Hermes. You can buy these by themselves, but you cannot buy a buckle by itself. But I talk all about these in my Hermes belt video. But my personal favorite one that I would recommend that you go for is the Mini Constance, which is this one, which obviously has the iconic H. But I do think you want to be careful and you want to go for something that's a little bit more unique than just a regular, highly polished H. So for example, this one, which I think is not available right now, has a piece of lizard skin in the middle here. But you can also pick these up with different hardware finishes. So it comes in the highly polished version, which is quite shiny. That's my least favorite because it scratches quite badly. So I would recommend that you either go for the matte, or you might want to go for something that's a little bit more unique like this, or something that has a different metal finish. Each season Hermes has a different metal finish, so you have plenty of options. But I think this is a good place to start. Next up, let's talk about leather jewelry. And if you watched my Hermes starter pack video, you know that I recommended that you start your leather jewelry collection with the Be Happy bracelet. It's still one of my absolute favorite pieces. But there's another piece from Hermes that I think is just a true conversation starter. It's a statement piece that I think when you put on, it just pulls your entire outfit together, and it can make the most simple outfit look more like $1,000,000. The Be Happy is one of those, but it's a little bit more simple, and I think it's something that you can wear on a daily basis. But if you're looking for something that's a little bit more of a fashion statement, then I would highly recommend that you pick up one of the CDC bracelets. I mean, this is an iconic design from Hermes. It has been around for a while, and the full name is Collier de Chien, which stands for dog collar, because this design was actually inspired by dog collars that Hermes made in the past for hunting dogs, and that's exactly where the inspiration comes from. The CDC is a design, as I mentioned, that has been around for a long time, and I don't think that there are any other fashion jewelry pieces from a fashion house that are as iconic as this. I mean, I think most fashion lovers do own this in some shape or form. And it's available in a bunch of different colors and hardwares and finishes and leathers. And I have really enjoyed wearing this piece. But we do have an unboxing to do today because I picked up the newer updated version of the CDC bracelet. So let's get into the unboxing. The piece that I picked up comes in this little box, and the reason why I'm unboxing it now is because this is a newer reinterpretation of the CDC design. This item has been around for, I want to say about a year, but I never picked this up because I felt that I have already way too many CDCs and I cannot take advantage of every single one of them. But for some reason, this piece has been on my mind, and I actually talked about this in a recent sort of wish list video. And ever since that video, I kept thinking about it and looking at it. So I thought it's about time that I add this to my collection. And the piece that I picked up comes in this little box. And if I open this little velvet pouch, the newest addition to my CDC collection is the CDC 24 bracelet in the new Madame leather, which is quite similar to Epsom in rose gold. Now I do own the sort of the original version of this, which is the CDC bracelet in Epsom. But if you guys would want me to do an in-depth comparison between these two, then let me know in the comment section down below and I can definitely do that. But anyway, I have added the CDC 24 bracelet to my collection, which as I mentioned is the modern reinterpretation of the CDC bracelet. It's definitely a little bit more simplistic. It's a piece that you can wear on a more regular basis. I mean, you can still wear your CDC every single day if you decide to do so. But that makes much more of a statement, whereas this one you can stack with other pieces, and I think it's just a beautiful, very simple piece, and I'm really glad that it's finally part of my collection. I ended up going for T3, which I believe is the largest size in this. And as I mentioned, if you guys would want me to do a comparison video between this and the original CDC, then definitely let me know in the comment section and I can do that.
But essentially looks like this.
So it's definitely much thinner than the CDC bracelet. Personally, I don't think I would wear it by itself. I would like to stack it with other pieces. So I'm definitely gonna go and play around with this and try it with different items. But I think if you're trying to spice up your collection and maybe move on from a Be Happy bracelet or add something to go with your Be Happy bracelet, then I think either the CDC or the CDC 24 is an amazing place to start. And honestly, I cannot think of another fashion jewelry piece that would be as iconic and as widely recognized as the CDC bracelet. And the last category that I think would be really fun for you to explore once you have all of these pieces in your collection would be fashion jewelry. Fashion jewelry not only looks incredible on your Hermes profile if you're trying to build a relationship and establish yourself as a client so you can request a bag from the brand, but they're also an incredible piece of investment. I think with fashion jewelry, I wouldn't really look at these as investment, whereas when it comes to fashion jewelry, at least you're getting a substantial piece for your money, which is made of obviously a piece of precious metal. And if you have to choose between fine jewelry and fashion jewelry, I would always recommend that you go for fine jewelry. And there are obviously so many different beautiful designs that Hermes creates that is made of precious metals using precious stones. But there are two main things that I can think of that I would recommend as an amazing starter piece. And one of them is the Cali ring. Now, obviously the Cali ring is inspired by the Cali bag, similar to the Cali wallet, because it has the iconic twist closure on the front as a piece of inspiration. And it comes in many different sizes and width. There is an extra small size, which is quite thin. I have the small version, which means that it's a little bit thicker than the extra thin one, and it features 4 little diamonds on each corner of this design. And I personally think that this is an amazing place to go next once you're happy with your leather goods and your fashion jewelry from Hermes, because as I mentioned, it looks amazing on your profile, and it's also a piece that's first of all never going to go out of style, and it's not something that's going to tarnish or break or something that you have to get rid of. It's truly something that you'll have in your collection forever. Not to mention the fact that precious metals always have some sort of value associated to them. So I think this is truly an investment piece. And if rings are not your thing and you have your ears pierced, then I would highly recommend that you check out the Shandong extra small earrings, which are personally one of my absolute favorite pieces of fine jewelry from Hermes. I think they're just so cute, they're subtle, they're wearable, and they retail for, I think they're just under $900. If I'm not mistaken, they're like $890 or something around that price range, which I think is pretty good considering that you're getting a pair of earrings made of solid precious metal, solid gold. And I think they are just a lot of fun. You can wear them on a regular basis. They're not overwhelming, but they do feature the iconic Shandong design from Hermes. So I think if you enjoy rings, then the Cali ring is a great place to start. Or if you're more into earrings or you don't necessarily want to spend the money on a ring, you would like to start with a piece that's a little bit less of a burden financially, then perhaps you want to look at the Shandong earrings, which I think are so much fun and you can wear them in so many different ways. And this is it, guys. This completes today's video on my recommendations on how to boost your Hermes collection. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and if you would like me to do an in-depth review of this CDC24 bracelet, or if you want me to bring back my top 5 recommendation videos, then please make sure to let me know in the comment section. And if you enjoyed this video, then please make sure to give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. And as always, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you being here and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.